Yo, what's up?
What's going on? What the fuck was that?
It's my water bottle. It's like full and it's like the air bubbles. All right, man, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 55 of the Hive Mind podcast. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play. And Twitch. A lot of fucking places now. Holy shit. It's pretty insane. All right, man. So, what have you been up to?
I've been well, this week I've been Final Fantasying. Did
Really?
you
You too?
I saw you tweeted some shit about like a Leviathan or something.
How far are you? That's good that you're playing it too. That's interesting. I didn't think you'd be into that.
Well, I'm not. This is my actually like I don't remember if like I played one of the like OG Final Fantasy games like from way back in the day, but I definitely haven't played one since like probably like single digit Final Fantasies, like low single digits. If ever, I don't even remember playing one, but I saw the combat and I liked it, and I need a PS game anyway because I'm like downstairs a lot. So I was like, fuck it, I'll pick it up. And man, that shit. Are you playing it on PS4 or Xbox?
PS4.
Yeah, me too. That shit looks amazing for a PS4.
Yeah, dude, it's I actually made a review video for it that I haven't put out yet, but dude, it is tragic though in a way. It looked like the level of detail and like aesthetically it looks amazing, but then you realize it's running on a piece of shit PS4. Like imagine how good the PC port could be. Like this would it would be the best looking game of all time on PC.
Didn't. I thought maybe that it would be out on PC.
It's not. I mean, they're maybe hinting at it, like teasing at it, kind of. But I wouldn't get your hopes up because I don't think they've really ever done that.
Right. Yeah, maybe. Well, wasn't the one that like everyone's like fucking jizzing over was the one before was like an MMO, wasn't it? Wasn't that a
The
Final
MMO is
Fantasy?
different. Yeah, that's a PC MMO.
That was like was that 14?
Yeah, 14.
Is that a 10-year-old game? Because they were saying that I didn't think it was. But they
No,
were saying that.
the fucking development for this game is so fucked up. Final Fantasy 15 had the most fucked up development of all time.
What was it?
They so back 10 years. Literally, the game has been in development hell for 10 years.
So I heard that. I didn't know if that was like because it had a lot of features or like some retarded shit.
No, it's just some retarded shit went down, and they probably had to restart it a bunch of different times. And you'll see later in the. How far are you?
I'm not far. I'm too. I'm trying to do this without spoilers. Wait, where am I? The dude's dead, and then
yeah, that's not really a spoiler.
they set off, and they are. Am I much past that? I don't think I'm too much past that.
So the king, you find out he's dead.
Right. No,
So you're a little bit past that.
I'm a chunk past that. I don't know exactly.
Okay, so yeah, you're still later on in the game. Yeah. Yeah, you're really early. Later on in the game, you'll see how there's like almost two separate games. Like it's very obvious that like the game has been in development for 10 years because there's kind of some disjointed parts. The game overall is pretty good. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Or...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it picks up a little bit.
So I don't really care about the story, honestly. like.
Yeah, well,
you know what I really.
You're not. It's not like. That's not the. Yeah, fuck. I can't talk. The main appeal of that game is exploring the world. That's the whole, like, the open world is fucking ridiculous in that game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I think for me it's the like there's some pretty epic experiences like with the various monsters and shit. Like the first time I came across it was like I'm assuming you fight it later, but it was like this I had to get the minerals for the photographer dude, whatever. And I had to go sneak past this big ass fucking crazy bird thing.
Yep.
I was like, holy shit.
Did you run into it on purpose or no?
Well.
Did you sneak by it and did it fly away on you? Or did you actually like sneak by it?
Well, I successfully snuck by it and then I saved the game and I wanted to see if I could fight it.
Yeah, okay, so you did what I did. I did that same. I did the same shit where I'm like, I'm gonna run into this fucking thing and just see what happens. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's some. I don't know if I'm like a huge fan of the I always have to be in a party of four and I have to use them kind of deal. Like I kind of wish it was just like me against the world. But
Well, yeah, later in the game.
oh, okay, cool. All right, good. Because I don't know, like yeah, and the combat too was a little. It took me a little to get used to. Um, it's a little strange with like the warping
Yeah,
everywhere and shit.
I've got a pro tip for you. For
So,
your ascension tree, dude, go into the teamwork. The teamwork shit is so broken. It's really OP. Where you
uh,
do like the link strikes with your party. You know,
yeah,
like the combo. Like, dude,
I've
if
been
you
getting a
if you
lot of the they're not link. They might be link strikes, but it's link blink. Whatever it is, where it's a link strike and I'm behind him. Link blindside or something.
oh, that's the blind side thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
just
a
a bonus you
teamwork
get.
blindside.
Yep.
Yeah, I've
But
been getting a lot of
basically,
those.
if you spec into the teamwork tree, like get like literally everything in the teamwork tree, but first get the early stuff where it's just like when this condition is met, this party member does this attack. Get all of those because they are fucking insanely good. All of them are, and it just makes your other guys fucking a million times better. And then do the technical tree after that because if you do those two things, man, like the game almost fucking plays itself, and you can just spam the OP tech abilities, like the L1 D-pad combos, where it's just like your guy does some crazy shit.
Yeah, I don't know what all of them do. So like I only do the ones that like I don't know. I do the who's the faggoty Fonzie looking guy with the muscles and the tattoos? Gladiolus or something.
Gladiolus,
I
yeah,
make him do the big fucking AoE
sweep,
cleave.
yep.
I make him do that a lot. I don't really use the other ones too much.
The
The,
Prompto one is really good.
the what one?
That's the one, the gunshot guy, because it
Oh
puts
yeah,
it's really
Mark.
good to do it on like some guy that's gonna like on a boss or something that's gonna be alive for a while, or just a big ass enemy that's gonna be alive for a while, because it like breaks their armor.
Is
So
that is that a Piercer or Mark? I don't remember.
Piercer. I
Piercer.
never really liked Mark that much.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm liking it so far. It's
Yeah, I actually beat it this morning.
Jesus
The
Christ.
story anyway.
Uh
The game
yeah,
has the game has like 200 hours of content in it, but um you'll find that a lot of the side quests are bullshit. They're like MMO quests. So I skipped a lot. I ended up skipping
have
a
to
lot of
give the
that
cat
shit.
some food. I didn't do that.
Where it's like, I need you to go get the hunter tags. It's like, fuck you and your goddamn hunter tags.
Yeah, well, one of them was like, give this cat some food. And it was like,
Yeah,
you
there's
can,
some that are just horrible.
you can fish it up or you can buy it. And I'm like, fuck you, cat. Why am I obligated to some random ass cat on a dock?
Yeah, I really wish they would have done. That's my biggest my biggest gripe with that game. Like the game is good, but if they would have had meaningful side quests, like there are a few. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but there are a few side quests that are actually like good, where it's like, wow, this added to the game and this is like a cool thing. But most of them are just trash, where it's just like, I need you to go get an apple from this fucking place. It's just like, really, a fucking apple? Another one's like, I need you to go catch some frogs. Like, really? Are you fucking kidding me?
Obviously
So
not,
I wish they would have done better side quests, because the open world is so good, but they just don't like use it meaningfully. It's annoying.
Right. Yeah, but there's a lot of like really epic fights though. Like
You
I
haven't
mean
even gotten
even
to the good
you're
ones
right.
yet,
I'm saying
dude.
even in the little ones, like the first one I came to in the game was with that crazy bull looking thing. Um that was even cool. I was like, holy shit. This is fucking cool. But
It
the
gets retardedly insane. Like it's
oh really?
fucking it's like a few of the boss fights are fucking next level. I'm a little giddy thinking about it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. When you didn't understand, because I didn't understand, like, and I still don't get, like, sometimes I'll like point my dude at the you know how like you have to warp to the like a ledge or something to hang on to regen your shit.
Yeah.
um I'll like look at it, but I can't like actively target it, so I like look
Yeah, you
at it.
pretty much just look at it and press triangle. Like if the thing says warp point, you just hit triangle. If you're not locking on, it'll just automatically do it.
Yeah, or it'll just teleport you forward, which is what it does to me all the time. It
Huh,
just
I never got that.
just launches me like 20 yards forward or whatever, and I'm like, oh, thanks, fucking thing.
Hmm.
So, but anyway, I'm getting the hang of it now. Like out in the flipping all around in the midair and stuff. It kind of feels. I don't know if it feels like that to you, but it feels a little God of Warsy,
Yeah, yeah, it does kind of. I never
which
made that connection, but now that you said it, yeah, it does kind of, especially the midair stuff.
which is fucking amazing because that's my favorite combat in any game ever. Is just the you don't really have to do anything and you just hit a bunch of buttons and do a bunch of
Yeah,
cool shit.
it's like a lot of spectacle.
Yeah.
Then
Uh,
that gets even crazier as you unlock more shit. It gets even more fucking crazy.
yeah, I
So
don't
if you're if
know.
you're if you're thinking it's crazy now, yeah, you're in for a treat for sure.
I'm not sure like how big of the magic plays into it
It's
because
the
like
magic is fucking ass.
because yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because I'm like, well, I don't really want to like mix all these potions and then like use it once. Like I was hoping it was more like, well, God of War, where like you just combo the shit in there and it's not like an on use like fucking thing. So I've kind of been
Yeah, you get some of that later in the game. A little bit of like magic combo-iness, but it's kind of built into like pre-scripted things. But yeah, for the most part, the magic is pretty ass. Like it's incredibly powerful when you need it, but it's just annoying to use to the point to where I just never even really used it.
right. What weapon do you use the most?
The just short sword.
Oh, okay. I bought a what did I buy? A broadsword.
The broadsword is super good too. Like there, if you ended up there's like that one kick-ass broadsword that's out by that mechanic place.
Yeah, that's what I
It's like,
bought. It's got like
oh, you
48
bought
or
one?
something.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's like a treasure chest where you can get one that's like really good for like basically half the game.
Oh well, I bought one. One I bought's probably ass, but again, I'm only like a hair into the game, so
Yeah, yeah.
I like the daggers, I like the guns, I like everything but the fucking retarded two-hand sword that is maybe good later on, but right now is
Oh,
like
well,
a.
I thought that's what you bought. Would you say you bought?
No, I bought a broadsword is a one. It's like a stronger version of the.
Oh, yeah, that's what I always use. Yeah, I always use like the short sword, like the broadsword thing. Yeah,
Yeah, the
I
two-hander is the one I don't
the
like. The
yeah,
two-hand.
there's a good one that you can find in that place that I was just talking about. It just does like a fuckload of damage. It's really good against stuff that I mean, this is stupid, but like if there's an enemy that's weak against broadswords, it's like really obvious, and it just like smashes them.
Right.
But yeah, I ended up not using the broadsword that much later in the game.
Yeah, I don't know how much levels. So the other thing is like all the level stuff. Like when I was driving the first time I had the car and I was driving around at night and some pretty like level 30 fucking demons came out and kind of
Yep.
pushed my shit in. So I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. I guess I can't fight demons. But now I'm like level 7 and there were some like level 15s that popped out and I wrecked them pretty good. So I do like fighting the demons. Now I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go out at night because I don't. I like to fight those things. And I took the whatever the link strike that breaks demon arms or some shit. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm liking it so far. Didn't think you would be playing it because it was console exclusive. But
Well, I mean, I have both consoles.
right, I just didn't know if you actually played that stuff or not.
Yeah, no, I played I played all the Final Fantasies, all the recent ones anyway.
What's the second to last PS4 game you've played?
Beta, does that count? No. What the
Uh,
fuck have I used? Dude, I'd actually have to look.
right.
Oh, I played Dishonored, the second Dishonored game, because I got a free code for it, but I didn't really ended up finishing that because it kind of bored me.
I
It's kind of fucked up. They gave me a free code, and I just was like, I don't know, it just got boring really quick. I don't know why.
I really liked the first one,
I
and
did too, but I don't know
I
what
thought
the
I was
deal is with
gonna
the
really
second
like
one.
the second one, and I was all hyped for it to come out, and then it came out, and the reviews were like, and I like saw some
Oh,
videos.
really? I saw I got really good reviews.
I don't know, maybe I had like maybe I read the super early ones, but the ones I read were definitely not flattering.
The ones I read made it sound like it was fucking amazing, and then I played it and I was like, I mean, this is like the game is not bad, but for some reason it just like bored the shit out of me. Like I would like, I don't know. I'm not a big stealth game guy, so I think I'm a little biased, but I did enjoy the first one despite not being a big stealth game kind of guy.
Yeah, I liked I played like the OG Splinter Cell back in the day, and that was really good. I was a big fan of that. But since then, I think I have gone the way of not caring about stealth because it's too like,
I just get bored by it.
yeah,
A lot of it is just waiting around. Like it's just like a patience thing, which is like I'm. It's not like I'm an impatient person. I just like I want to play video games and have fun, not be like, wait, wait, wait. It just takes forever to do anything in those kind of games.
right. Like I never got into Metal Gear Solid either. I know a lot of people were into like that. I never got into that game. You ever played those?
A little bit. Another thing with stealth games is that the AI, like it's so hard to make a good stealth detection AI because like most of the time, like maybe it's just me and like I'm the reason why I don't like stealth games because like I always find like cheesy ways to exploit the game. Like in Dishonored, like the reason I got bored so quick is because I just ended up like blinking around and just cheesing all the mechanics. Like I would
Yeah.
just be like, oh yeah, if I run through this door, the enemies will despawn. Like I'm like a fucking exploiter at heart, and I just it ruins games for me.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, right. I mean, I guess that's what but see, I guess you can kind of link that up to like did you ever play sports games as a kid? Did you enjoy like Madden even though that like you could
Are you
fucking
gonna reference the QB sweep?
no, not in Tecmo Bowl. In Tecmo Bowl all you had to do
Oh,
was
I was talking about the more like well not modern Maddens. I think they ended up fixing that. But go ahead.
in Tecmo Bowl, what was it, Barry Sanders, and all you had to do was like run the sweep with Barry Sanders, and he was faster than everybody else in the game. So like but no, not like that, but like the old games, the old Madden games, all you had to do was like run like QB bootlegs or run like option shit or whatever.
Yeah, dude. If you had a fast quarterback, like the game's AI, or even like really other players, if you're like, all you would do is do like basically a hail mary, and just roll your quarterback out to the side, and if nobody's open, then you just run it.
Right.
It was like, and the AI just never could fuck with you, and I mean the AI is kind of important because even if you're playing against another player, they can only control one dude at once, and switching characters in Madden is kind of hard.
Yeah. So kind of like that, I guess. I guess. But yeah, I like those games, even though I could cheese the shit out of them. I guess that was because I was a kid, and
I think they've gotten a lot. I haven't played like the last
they're
Madden
hard as
game.
fuck, dude.
They're
Hard as
hard.
fuck. Yo, yeah, Madden right now is
Oh
like
wow,
hard
they
as
must
shit.
have, dude. Because I remember back. I remember playing Madden 2004 when Mike Vick was on the cover. I think it was 2004. And dude, you could just exploit the shit out of that game. So I'm glad they've made it better. I'm
Yeah.
sure AI has improved a whole lot since
Well, that yeah, and especially
12
on like the
years.
hard difficulties, like the game knows what play you picked, right? So like they would probably never admit that, but I'm sure that they
Of
intentionally
course yeah, of
like
course.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, of course.
they call defenses that are like appropriate for whatever you've selected, and you do dumb shit. Like that's the only thing I don't like about sports games when you turn the difficulty way up, is that, like your dudes just become straight retards. Like none of them like they drop everything, they fumble all the time. Like
Yeah.
fucking lineman can't block. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
that's just the well. It's even more annoying in like strategy games where I know Civilization is really bad about this. Like if you play Civilization on a hard difficulty, the AI just gets shit out of nowhere. It's not that the AI is outsmarting you and playing better than you. It just like all of a sudden the AI has like an insane amount of resources because it just does.
right.
So yeah, AI is hard though. It's hard to make good AI. But yeah, with stealth games, dude, I guess because I've played so many video games, I just kind of know how they're designed. So like there was a part in Dishonored where it's just like where it's like they quite clearly wanted you to sneak through all these guys and not engage them. And it was like and you could tell by the lay of the land that that's what you're supposed to do because if you try to fight them, then you would die because there's like 30 of them. So what I ended up doing is just running straight down the middle and just blinking and just like chaining them. Is
Right.
yeah, because I'm a fucking exploiting piece of shit. I ruined games for myself, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't yeah, I don't I was thinking about getting that new Titan TI card. I'm not Titan. 1080 Ti card when it comes out
You know
in
what I say? If you're getting Titanfall 2, bro, I got you. I got you hooked up.
Oh, you never gave those away?
I've got 3 more.
Oh, okay. Um, what's I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'm looking at getting that 1080 Ti card when it comes out in January. But like half of me's like, why would you do that? You don't even play games that other than MMOs that are graphic intensive. What do you need that shit for? But I know me, and
I'm in the same boat. Like I'm like due for an upgrade, but I don't know why I would. Like if Crowfall doesn't end up being like a game that really benefits from like going crazy on hardware, I might just fucking ride this PC out another 2 years because I don't really see anything coming down the pipeline that is gonna make me want to, spend 2 grand on redoing everything.
this guy at work wanted me to like look at I guess it was a Christmas present for his kid. He's gonna buy him like a new computer or whatever, and he wanted something like mid grade. And I put him together a PC on like PC Part Builder, and he's like, I was like, yeah, I'll put it together for you. It's like no big deal, I'll save you some money. Like you go look on like Falcon Northwest or whatever, and it's like with their $2,000 computer, you could buy it for like $1,100 the parts. And he's like, okay, he's like, I'll cut you a check. And I'm like, what? No. I was like, I'll send you the parts list. You buy all the individual fucking parts on all the different websites for the best price, and then give it all to me, and I'll put it together. Like, I'm not gonna handle all the logistics for you for free. Also, like, you fucking scumbag. So, I guess I'm not building a guy a computer for Christmas. Isn't that kind of dickish to be like? He's an older dude, and I kind of feel like,
Well, I mean, you could have taken him for a ride, but you're
yeah,
nice
but
to
I
not
don't
do that.
I don't want to do that.
It's gonna be about 3 grand.
Yeah, it's gonna be. How much does it say on that website? Oh, I can give it to you for 10% cheaper than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that. I thought about one time about like making like a little like home like PC builder type business deal because that shit is so easy and like I don't know. I honestly don't know how people like Falcon Northwest and Doghouse Systems and all that shit are in business. Because it's gotta be like moms and like people that are
I
scared
know
of
some of the
computers.
pre-built systems aren't that much more expensive. They'll be like $200, like 250 bucks more than
Which is
building it
it
yourself.
from who? Like Cyber Power or iBuy Power?
I think Digital Storm is actually pretty good about not being crazy. And some people also buy pre-built stuff for certain cases because that's another thing that these companies will do. They'll make these badass cases that they won't sell individually. So somebody will bite the bullet and be like, "All right, I'll buy a pre-built system, and yeah, I'll pay like 200 bucks more than I should have paid for all this shit, but I get a cool case that's fancy, and they don't mind."
I found out that my case is still like one of the top tier like good cases that people like.
Yeah, surely there can't be that much innovation in PC cases.
I
Like, I mean,
really really like
airflow
mine.
is.
It's it is a Corsair. Hang on.
I have the same case. I'm gonna laugh.
No.
Is it white with a little, with the 2 doors that come out, the 2 plastic?
Maybe no, it's not white, but it's I don't know if I have a D or a T, but it's a 7 6. It's this right here. Where is it? Come on, you piece of shit. Link to there. It's a Corsair 760 T or D. T, I think. But it's a full tower and it's got the clear panels on the sides and stuff that you can. It basically is a box that has like a bunch of fans and shit. I don't know if you saw the one I linked, but
1 second. My fucking Chrome just crashed. Google Chrome is unresponsive. What the fuck? What is
yeah,
going on
I
here?
love that thing. And then I realized that like not everybody wants to spend like 180 bucks on a case, so I like selected
Yeah, your
them.
case looks very similar to mine. It might actually be the same shit
There's a
that
white
I've
one.
got.
There's a white one. One of them has like not see-through panels on it on the sides, and then mine has like the see-through. They're like see-through tinted glass or whatever. Um, that I like. So yeah, I mean the rest of my computer is like fucking nice. Like I wouldn't need to update it. I got, still a relevant processor and other things. So I still probably will upgrade my graphics card because I have a fucking what do I have? A 680 Ti.
There we go. I finally just got my thing to work. Dude, I
Yeah.
think we have the same case, but I have the white one.
Oh, right.
We do have the same case. Dude, we have like the same fucking computer.
I don't think so. What processor do you have?
I'd have to look. I think it's like the 4790K.
I think that's the processor I have.
Yeah, we talked about this like a long time ago, and we ended up having like the same computer.
I think I was retarded on my RAM purchases though.
Oh, no, so was I. That was another thing we talked about.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we do have the same computer.
Yeah, like I bought like the really high clock speed RAM. It was just fucking worthless because was an idiot at the time.
Yep. I did the same thing. I bought a 3200 megahertz RAM, which is dumb as shit, but I did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got that extra 1% performance gain at like twice the cost.
Right. Exactly. I also realized that when I was picking out parts for this dude's computer, that I have no allegiances to RAM whatsoever. Like, I was like, I could buy Corsair Vengeance RAM. I could buy Kingston HyperX, which is cheaper a little bit. I could buy G-Skill.
Yeah.
Like, I have allegiances to other computer parts, like Evo Pro series hard drives.
It's all the same
60s.
shit, but what you're paying for is the quality control. So I typically pay the premium for RAM to get
it's always
something.
Underpaid Chinese children making it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they probably all get their fucking RAM from the same place, but it's just that, whatever company does quality control better is what you're actually paying for. It's probably a lot like airsoft BBs. I know this is like a weird reference, but like the airsoft plastic BBs that you buy are all made the same way, like by the same fucking company, right? But there's all these different airsoft BB companies, and all they do is quality control. They all buy in bulk, and their whole company revolves around quality control. So the brands are different because they all have different quality control standards, and some are better than others. So, Corsair or whatever might have a better process for finding defective shitty RAM than other companies.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. But
So you're basically just gambling, saying like, all right, let's just hope I don't get a shitty one.
Right.
And if you don't, then it's the same shit.
I think what have I bought a lot of? I have G-Skill in my computer, but like I was putting this guy's thing together, and I was like, man, I don't care what RAM I use.
Yeah, I think I've got the brand name premium shit I paid too much money for. It's like they always name name it like something insane. They're like the Corsair Vengeance World Destroyer Titan V12 RAM. It's always like some shit like that.
Right. The only thing though that I am really allegiant to is I won't buy I won't buy AMD. I buy Intel processors.
Intel and AMD or Intel and Nvidia, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm the same way, dude. It's because every time you hear about somebody having a problem, it's always with an AMD processor or an AMD graphics card.
Yeah, and they're the first ones to be like, I don't know why you paid all that money for the fucking Nvidia. It's the same thing, and I actually had better performance. And for the it's like, shut the fuck up.
I'd rather pay more money than have random retarded issues.
Right. Like I have no issues with any of my shit ever, so I'll take that.
Yeah, I mean it does seem kind of shitty because like we're like supporting the monopoly because like Nvidia has the market share, so all the developers are encouraged to make their products run well on Nvidia because that's just the dominant market share. So it's an uphill battle for AMD, which
is fine. I'm fine with that. Like it's an uphill battle for anybody that wants to compete with fucking Windows too. You know what I mean? But like. Yeah. Because Windows has such a big market share, like their shit is pretty much universal. Microsoft too, I feel like, is making a pretty decent comeback. Like in general.
Well, Apple just sucks cock, dude.
Yeah, I was an Apple fanboy for a while. When I
never was.
I don't know. For a while. I had a
I mean, the iPod when it first came out I was like, oh, that's shit. That's actually pretty neat. But other than the iPod, not so much.
At the time, Well, I did have an iPhone for a while, which I've kind of I realized that now that like whatever, like
I
Android.
have an iPhone now, and I'm not a fucking fan of Apple.
Um, but one thing that is a lot easier on Apples is if you do any music recording or stuff like that. Logic is their software for musicians, whereas like Pro Tools is the one for Windows. And Pro Tools, a lot of people use Pro Tools, like a lot of the major studios, but Logic is awesome for what you can do with it. So I think largely that contributed to me being an Apple fanboy is being able to record on.
It triggers me so hard when people say fucking Macs are good for video editing. That shit triggers me so hard. Because I know tons of people that make videos professionally, and they all use PCs. Because you can't get the performance out of Macs. Like,
Well, Vegas is really good. I mean, really good. Like I like it a lot. And you would know.
well,
Well,
the real badasses use, like, Adobe, like After Effects and Premiere.
oh,
But
okay.
you can get close. You can get, for the videos I make, I do Vegas.
Right. And for the video that I've made too, the same. And I do like the really cheesy, easy shit, like where it's like the crossfade cuts with like the over, like the titles and stuff. I mean, I don't do like I watch some of these guys that do YouTube a lot more. I don't even think you do a lot of this shit, but like they have like the floating graphic stuff and like the twirly this and that
Or
and
like
all this
their
kinds of
Twitter
pop-ups.
logo will come in from the side of the screen and shit like that.
Yeah, all that shit. That's just like
Yeah, I
waste of
don't
time
like
to
it.
me.
I mean, I know how to do a lot of that stuff, but I just don't like my videos having that shit in it.
Right.
Maybe I'm a simple man. But dude, like, so my upcoming video I'm gonna put out probably later today, like my Final Fantasy review. It's in it's a vlog in 4K. Dude, I can't imagine rendering this thing on my computer, which is not like the fucking greatest anymore, but is way blows the fuck out of like even the most current Mac probably. It's gonna take like an hour and a half to render the fucking thing out in 4K. On a Mac, dude, oh my god, like there's just no way.
How
That
do you
shit
have
would
the
take
hard
so
drive space to
fucking long.
store all those videos in 4K?
I don't store all of them. I store
Oh,
them for a short period of time and then I fucking axe them.
oh, okay. So if all your content got lost in the fucking internet nether, you'd be fucked.
No, I've got it backed up
Oh. So you do store it all.
on multiple websites. I don't store it, but that's why I did the Twitch thing.
Got it.
So I've got my YouTube backed up on different websites for that reason. Yes, I
I
have
always
thought
like
about
to
that.
run I always like to run a smaller SSD, like a 256 SSD with the operating system and a couple like key games, and then like a 1 terabyte Caviar Black or something like that in the as my storage drive. But looking at my storage drive, I'm pretty sure that 80% of the content on my 1 terabyte drive is music and porn. So
How do you even do that?
how do I do what?
Have that much music and porn?
I don't know. I have
Like
a lot.
I record video, like I record fucking 1080p 60 FPS video.
Yeah, but do you have
And
the entire collection of Backroom Casting Couch? No, you do not.
yeah, but the bitrate on that shit can't be that crazy. Like it can't be that high.
No, I mean it's probably like what, like I don't know. Actually, like I can
Like
tell
I
you.
record 1080p 60 frames a second at 50 megabits.
Hold on, bruh. Let's see what we got. So
Like
mine,
unless the quality has really improved and they're putting out like 4K lossless shit, like you must have an insane amount of porn to fill up a terabyte.
I have 100 gigs of music. Uh,
How?
and let's see how much.
How many fucking songs is that? It's like a billion songs.
Yeah, but I like music, bro. I got a lot of shit. And then let's see.
That's a
Oh wait,
fuckload of music, dude.
is that movies or is that music? Oh, my movies is 197 gigs, and that includes my porn folder. Not all of that is porn, but a large majority.
Okay, so you severely overestimated how much you were actually storing.
Yeah, maybe.
'Cause I was gonna say that's a lot.
I have
'Cause I have a 2
I have
terabyte.
130 gigs of porn.
Well, you said that was movies.
Yeah, no, that's porn. I have 170 gigs of movies, but I have
That's an
150.
insane amount of porn because I'm sure these
That's a lot of
porn download websites they're not putting out crazy high bit rates that are really high quality because they're cheap.
Yeah, it's a lot, bro. I have a pretty extensive collection. You could you could probably name something.
I
That's
haven't
on it.
downloaded any porn, I think, in my life.
Really? I like to have like
No,
the
I think I just grew up at the
fucking.
right time.
I like to have like the tried and trues that are accessible for things. So I have that shit lying around, but yeah, I don't know, man. I just I just got a lot of shit. And then the music, like, I mean, I don't know, like that's not that many. I don't know. I don't want to go through my iTunes, but like, I pretty much
That's
have.
gotta. I mean, I just know how big our podcasts are when I upload those, and I do like 320 kbps, like pretty high or 384 kbps audio. It's like the highest that like anything goes, and most songs aren't even that. And that's like thousands of hours of songs you have in that easily.
Yeah, no, it's days, like, or I think like a month. When did I look
Yeah,
at it?
it's a
Hang
lot.
on.
That's a lot of fucking music.
I could
Because I
tell
know
you.
our like 4 hour podcasts are like a few hundred megabytes.
Yeah, so my library, I don't. Where can I like see this? But hear my kid like going off in the back.
Yeah, it's nice.
Sounds great, isn't it? Uh, if I could edit all that stuff, let's see. Get info. I don't know. I don't know how I see how much it is, but it's a lot. Um, I still don't know how much that is. But yeah, I mean, you could name. I bet you if you name any band or any record or any song, I probably have it locally stored. I mean, like I use Pirate Bay, and pretty much if a new album comes out that I want,
Allegedly.
I just download it. Right. I allegedly use Pirate Bay. I allegedly actually use Pirate Bay all the time.
Your kid is going off. What the fuck?
Yeah. I could close the door. Jesus. I think my wife's beating her.
Good.
Yeah. It's always good. Yeah. If they get loud, a pro tip: when you have a baby and they get all
Just
loud,
shake them.
just shake. They quiet down if you shake them.
It really calms the nerves, from what I've heard.
It does something to the nerves. I don't know if it necessarily calms them, but yeah. Let me hang on. Let me figure. Hang on.
Let's see if I'm gonna be quiet and see if we can listen to what's going on here. Maybe not. This is trying to fill this dead air here, but there we go.
Did you hear the little play cube that I kicked on the way over to the door?
I heard something that I wasn't sure what that was.
It's
What? Are you going again?
no. She's got this little cube.
Time to play.
This is like a little cube that sits by my computer. So like when I'm up here like doing dailies or shit, like I like like shut up thing. God damn it. It'll like go off now for like a little bit. I like that kids' toys say the most obvious shit. Like it's like the cow says moo. What animal says moo? It's like she's fucking 14 months old. She's not gonna know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why you're trying so hard, Cube. But yeah, man. Fucking schedule's crazy, man. I had to like I know you were like freaking out that I died this week. But
Yeah. What? Why did you delete your Facebook and Twitter?
I've spent too much time on that shit, bro. Like I'm on Twitter like all the time. Like when I'm driving, because I drive a lot for work. Like I'm on fucking Twitter and shit, which is terrible. And then Facebook, I like legitimately like never use other than posting like the occasional memes, which then I realized that there's a large number of people that I work with that are on that shit that always had some sort of opinion. So I stopped posting on it largely 2 or 3 years ago when I realized that like I'd post a lot of these like
It can only hurt you essentially.
right. So rather than delete everybody that I worked with or whatever, I just fucking just got rid of that shit. I'll probably get it back later, but that and I got into grad school, so my schedule's all fucked up now. So.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. I just thought it was fucking weird that you like. I didn't know if it was like some shit from the last podcast where like I was giving you shit about your Facebook. You're like, fuck this shit, I'm deleting it.
No.
But then I saw you deleted your Twitter, and I was like, that's just weird. Because like your Twitter isn't personal at all. It's like your Twitter is like memes and like shit talking or whatever.
No, they were for different reasons, but I just got rid of all that shit. I need to like I said, dude, my schedule's all fucked up. I'm probably not gonna do the podcast for that much longer anyway. Like probably.
Yeah, I was assuming this is your last episode.
Yeah, probably.
Which is
just
fine.
Just because I like the weekends, it's like hard for me. Like,
well, yeah, it throws
down,
I mean, you don't get anything out of it, which is fine. And well, neither do I really. I mean, the podcast doesn't really make money.
Yeah, you do.
No, not really.
Sure you do. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna like bring Dantean back?
I might just write out a few of them solo and see how that goes, or look for somebody else. I don't know. People like the solo ones, so I'll kind of just see how that goes while I look for somebody.
How do you approach differently a solo podcast versus like a fucking monologue video that you make?
That's a very good question. I did think about that and how there'd probably be some overlap there. Mainly the like vlogs are probably going to be a little bit more structured.
And whereas, like a more focused topic, right?
Well, yeah, and on the podcast, I can talk about less important shit. Or not like less important shit, that's not the right word, but like smaller topics. Like, for example, like there's this fucking parrot that is on trial right now. Because apparently this parrot was around when somebody got murdered. And the parrot heard, like, was repeating, like, the drop the gun, don't kill me, or whatever. And, like, the parrot is gonna, like, take the stand. Like, that's not something that deserves a video by itself, but that's something that could be talked about on, like, a solo podcast.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking funny. There's a lot of, like, dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, the other thing that happened this week, did you see, you said Trump's being retarded, by the way, as we all knew.
As we expected.
He's coming out of the gate.
This is why we voted for him.
Not disappointing. This whole, like, call to Taiwan and this whole carrier deal. Like, did you follow that bullshit?
I followed it some. Go ahead with what you're saying. I might know what you're talking about.
So he made a deal for people that don't
I know the basics, but I don't know like
my other people might not know the basics.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he made a deal with this company in Illinois, I believe. Was it Illinois? Yeah, it's Illinois. Called Carrier, that they were about to ship like 2,000 jobs to Mexico. So he gave them like $6 million in tax breaks over the course of I think it's like a couple years, in order to keep like 700 jobs here, and they're still going to ship out like 1,100 of them to Mexico, and they have to like invest some money in the state. And he's like fucking championing this thing like it was the best deal since the fucking like the New Deal. So like, but it's retarded because like it's not a good deal, number one, and number two, like that's not really what the president should be doing. Like,
well, he's not even the president yet.
I know, but like I hope to God like he doesn't think that he can like cement his presidential legacy by going around to like companies and saving like 700 jobs at a time. Like, hopefully that's not his fucking strategy, but like every economist is like, what he did was establish a really bad precedent for getting.
Yeah, I definitely see that point that they're making. I mean, all this like making a deal bullshit is bullshit. The only thing that's gonna stop it are the tariffs. If he actually makes the tariffs a fucking thing, like higher tariffs for importing shit to the United States, that will change the game.
Right.
That's the only thing that's gonna do it. This like, oh, we have to like be nice to them and maybe they'll stay here. No, they won't. If it's cheaper and it's more profit, like the only way it's gonna change is if it's more expensive for them to, ship it in than it is for them to make it here.
Because they're not gonna close up shop. Like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, so. And the people that are against tariffs, I think are a little bit naive. because a lot of people go like, oh well, if we increase tariffs to Mexico, like from Mexico, then they're gonna increase tariffs on their end too, and it's just gonna kill the world. Like, no, it won't. First of all, we don't fucking need Mexico, right? Like,
Sure we
what the
do.
fuck did we send to Are we sending crazy amount of crazy amounts of shit to Mexico? No.
Yeah, but like,
Like we're the biggest
there's a lot
economy
of
in the
stuff that's
world.
made in Mexico.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't want to do without Taco Bell.
that's not made in Mexico. That's the problem. That's the problem with Taco Bell.
That's. What do you mean? It's
That
authentic Mexican food. What's wrong with you?
is that it's not Mexican food.
That's authentic Mexican food. Uh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I
like
do think there are a
if
lot of
we
things
got
made
into
in
some sort of
Mexico,
like
though.
people are like really afraid of tariffs because they think it's gonna like start some big tariff war. Like the only person that wins in a tariff war is the fucking U.S. because we have the biggest economy and everyone fucking needs us. And I mean that's like the bully situation where like we can bully people. Like the U.S. economy, we could fucking bully people and be like fuck you guys, and we could probably get away with it. Whereas the UK or well yeah, that's probably a bad example. Whereas like a smaller European country couldn't do that because they need everybody else. Like we fucking don't.
Right.
Like the worst thing that would happen is that some shit would maybe get a little bit more expensive temporarily before more industry moved back over here.
Yeah. I mean, I think the tariff thing is probably like
That's the only thing that's gonna do anything. And he said he's gonna do it, but he also said he's gonna build a fucking Helm's Deep wall on on the Mexican border. If that shit happens, oh my god.
dude, he's still on that wall bullshit.
If
Like
that happened, I will be shocked. And I'm like, I hope he doesn't pull some bullshit where he's like, yeah, we built the wall, and it's like, not really a wall. I want a fucking full-fledged Lord of the Rings wall.
what I don't understand is like if you build a wall, unless you build like the wall to end all walls, like it's not going to be effective at all.
It's not gonna be effective
Like
even if you did,
like
dude. Like,
they like Mexicans have ladders, like they paint a lot, right? So they have a lot of ladders.
this
So
is
it's
that
like,
Dante moment, dude. This is if on the best moments
oh,
where you gotta hire people to kick the ladders down, just like in Lord of the Rings. It's a well-paying job. He's creating jobs, damn it.
that's it. I mean, like if he wanted to really create jobs and have something effective, why doesn't he just station somebody like every fucking quarter mile along the border to sit there all day? That would probably be cheaper for the next 10 years than building this fucking wall.
That'd probably be cheaper forever, to be honest, because I'm sure maintaining that wall walls aren't effective because there's fucking we. The last time walls were effective is when people couldn't fly. Like we
Right.
have like machinery, we have like modern machinery now. Like people will dig under it, people will fly over it.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude. I don't like what's the Mexican equivalent of the Wright brothers? Like the fucking Lopez brothers? Like
Dude,
they're fucking
legit,
like
there was some shit I read a long time ago where they were literally catapulting people. I'm not even joking. This is a real thing. They were
Like it's
literally
like
catapulting people
like a
over a
trebuchet
fence.
with humans.
Yes, over a fence at one point.
That's pretty funny. Have you ever launched a trebuchet or made one?
No.
It's the fucking coolest thing in the entire world. Especially if you do like a pretty decent size one. You can throw some pretty impressive things. We actually made one in physics class in high school outside.
You gotta go crazy like those pumpkin chucker people.
We threw a TV
Pumpkin
with it.
chuckers.
We threw a tee with it on our football field. It was pretty cool.
A tee? Like a kicker tee?
No, a TV. Like
Oh.
one of those like fucking cathode ray or CRT TVs, like the heavy
They're
ones.
heavy as shit.
Yeah, they are. Fucking threw one. It's fun. It's a good time. Um,
That sounds like a
but
serious project to build a trebuchet.
it was. It was. Yeah, it was.
The
I mean,
most I've done is a 3-man slingshot. You can get some goddamn power out of those things too.
yeah, yeah.
We fucking knocked a girl down with a 3-man slingshot. Like she was walking along, and we didn't realize how fucking hard you could really launch a water balloon with one of these fucking things.
Yeah.
And we hit her square in the back, and it like she like face planted. It's like we shot her with like a shotgun.
Yeah, that probably wasn't pleasant feeling.
She was pretty pissed, and we were also like very scared because we thought like we were like, oh my god, we did not realize this fucking thing. Yeah, I've had a few moments like that in my life where I've built something or done something and I did not realize the power of it. Like I made a bow and arrow out of pencils in school one day. So this thing started off innocently enough, right? I had a rubber band. I broke it in half. I tied one end to one side of the pencil, the other end to the other side of the pencil, and I had like a little makeshift bow, right? And I would launch pencils, right? So I had one rubber band. I said, "Fuck it, let's try two." So I taped two rubber bands, three rubber bands, four rubber bands, five rubber bands, and it got to the point to where the rubber bands were the tension from the rubber bands were breaking the pencil was breaking the pencil. Like I'd pull the rubber bands back and it would be so much tension that it would just snap the pencil in half. So I taped two pencils together, and then I got to the point to where I had a whole pack of pencils taped together, and then that broke. So what I did was I got uh, three stacks of pencils. So imagine imagine like you're holding like five pencils in your hand, and then there's like five more, and I would tape. So I had like 15 pencils, and I tape them all together vertically. So I've got these like I don't know, probably like 2 feet of pencils taped vertically, and since it's taped,
Wait,
it recurves.
where the fuck did you get all these pencils?
You know they sell pencils. You know they sell those pencils like these are like the shitty wooden pencils that no one uses anymore because mechanical pencils are the shit.
Where
You know
did
what I'm
you
talking-
buy? I've never.
I
I've
didn't
never
buy
been
them.
at
They were
school.
they're just fucking around. Like when I went to school, I mean I don't know. Like no one fucking uses wooden pencils anymore. So but like they're everywhere still because you buy them in those giant packs, right? I don't know. I just had a lot of them. They were not hard to come by in my school,
All right.
and they were just unsharpened wooden pencils. So I had like this recurve fucking bow of of three stacks of taped pencils, all duct taped together, and then I had a bunch of broken rubber bands on each side, and this thing pulled back like a fucking bow. And dude, I could shoot this thing. I shot it like halfway across the fucking football field. I'm not even bullshitting, dude. This thing shot hard. And I shot somebody with it in like, so I thought I'd be funny and shoot somebody across the hall, like I was walking to class, and I shot somebody across the hallway, and they were fucking hurt by it, like seriously hurt by it. And this was not like
What was your projectile?
a pencil.
Okay.
I had a pencil bow that shot pencils.
And you didn't think that launching a
It was an unsharpened pencil. I wasn't a complete idiot.
okay.
But like it hit this dude in the head, and this was a guy that played sports, like he wasn't like a complete fucking pussy, and he was like grabbing his head like in pain. Yeah, no, that's scary. I instantly like I shot this thing off. I saw it hit him, and then I immediately walked out the door. Like as soon as I saw it made impact, I immediately walked out the door and threw the fucking bow in the trash. It was it kind of scared me because imagine if that would like hit him in the eye or something. That would have fucked him up. Like that could have really hurt him.
I would have ended your fucking internet stardom career before it ever took off.
Yeah, no, that thing was a little scary. I did not think that broken rubber bands and tape and pencils could create a fucking legit weapon. Like if I would have just shot sharpened pencils, dude. Oh my god.
Well, I had a BB gun, and this was in an apartment. I had a roommate and this guy in the Navy, and I was like gonna fuck with him, and it was just, just a normal Walmart BB gun, and I was like, all right, he's gonna get out of the fucking. He's going on. I think he was going on an internet date or something, and I was like, I'm gonna fuck with him. So I was like, one pump. I was like, one pump isn't gonna hurt. I mean, it's just one pump. Like that's not a lot of air pressure. So I put a BB in it, fucking one pump, and I went pow, and I shot him in the leg. Dude, made a hole in his jeans, and like dented his leg enough to make it like a little blood bruise, like where it was a little like dark circle.
No joke.
One fucking pump, dude. Like, I can't
those
imagine.
BB guns are made to like some of those BB guns are meant for like small animal hunting.
Right. Like,
Which is probably what you had.
if I would have put like 10 pumps on that thing, it would go through a bird. Like, I'm sure it would just go through a fucking bird.
Yeah,
Or
you don't
land.
fucking shoot the metal BBs at people. That shit's retarded.
No, well, right. It was the little. They
Metal
weren't
BBs.
pellets. They were like, well,
The
what are
little
they?
metal
Brass.
shells.
They're like brass. They're
Hey,
either
whatever.
brass or
They're
bronze. Or
fucking
whatever.
metal. You don't shoot
Yeah,
those at
but
fucking people.
that's soft metal. It's
That's
different.
not. That's not good.
Yeah, but it's better than if you were to
It's
shot
not a
somebody with a
giant,
pellet.
round white airsoft BB. And even shooting
Yeah.
people up close with that shit. Like, when I've played airsoft before, if you get shot up close and it hits you just right on like some nice like soft skin, it's where it's not gonna bounce. Those fucking things will stick into you.
We played paintball about 2 years ago for a meeting, company meeting, and we played. The owner was out there, and he did some shit where he was like on a hill or like leaning back, sort of like he slid or he's on a hill or something, and somebody shot and caught him like right under the
Under the
mask
mask,
in the
oh,
throat, in the
yeah, that
throat,
hurts.
but not like in the Adam's apple, like on the side where like your jugular is, and the fucking paint splatted like up into the mask. So like his whole fucking like inside his mask was like lime green, and
Yeah,
it like cut his throat. It's pretty
yeah. Some of
harsh.
those paintballs are pretty bad about that. The shells are really sharp.
But yeah, I know what you mean about underestimating the power things. One time, this is really dumb. It was
Why
my
does
first.
I mean like a BB gun is one thing, right? Because that's like meant for it. But like I made a bow out of rubber bands. Like I never
Yeah,
thought you'd get
yeah,
so
but you
much
had like
power.
how many fucking rubber bands was it?
It's definitely 20 plus.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But like still, you didn't
you
think
should
like
know
a
better.
duct tape pencils and rubber bands could create something that could shoot pencils across football fields.
Yeah, I don't know. So
Kind of want to make one again.
I should have at it. I uh, I was in the kitchen with at my first girlfriend's house, and it was like a holiday, and they were making some food or whatever, and they had this little like um, piston and mortar, I think you call it, where like
The pestle,
yeah,
pestle. I don't know how you say
it's like the
that.
shit that you get in
Yeah,
Elder
you
Scrolls to
grind
make
shit up
corn.
with it. I think it's pestle and mortar.
Yeah, whatever. Right. Exactly. Yeah, it sounds right. She had one of those things, and this thing was like a solid piece of ceramic or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah, they're usually one big like stone thing. Yeah.
Right. Well, I like she was walking away or something. Her mom was standing right there, and I wanted to like tap her on the back with it.
Oh shit! You like clubbed her?
No, no, not hard. I like put my hand like probably an inch from her, and I like just used my wrist. You know what I mean? Because I like it was pretty hefty, but I didn't know like how hefty. So
Those things are dense.
I put my yeah I put my hand like about an inch from her. It's like the Bruce Lee 1 inch punch, and I went like thunk, and I hit her like right like right off the shoulder blade, and she like bent backwards in pain, and like her mom was like right there, and I felt like such a piece of shit because her mom was like, "Fuck did you do?" And she was like so pissed off at me, and I was like, "Oh my god, like I'm sorry." That was
Probably hit
really
her like right on like bone, like hit her like right on like the bone with that thing. That's probably what it was.
yeah. It
Kind of
wasn't
like when somebody like hits you in your funny bone. It's just like, oh, this is fucking uncomfortable.
yeah, it was that right on the fucking shoulder. I just like went think and just tapped her with it, and she was not pleased. So I don't know if there's another time I underestimated something, but those are pretty good examples. um, yeah.
Yep. All right, let me look at my phone here.
What about Trump's SecDef pick,
I don't even know what that is.
Secretary of Defense? Remember
Pick?
he picked Mad Dog Mattis. You know who that is?
No.
Oh man. So it's this legendary Marine general who hasn't been retired for all that long. Let me read you some of this guy's quotes. So let's see. Mad Dog Mattis quotes. This is the Secretary of Defense. Um, wait, hang on. 16 best ones. This guy was like in charge of like Afghanistan effort or whatever. I don't lose any sleep at night over the potential for failure. I can't spell the word. That one's not very good. The first time you blow someone away is not an insignificant event. That said, there are assholes in the world that just need to be shot. Uh, I,
Okay.
I come in peace. I didn't bring artillery, but I'm pleading with you with tears in my eyes. If you fuck with me, I'll kill you all. That was to the Iraqi um, freedom forces, like the little rebel tribes over there. Find the enemy that wants to end this experiment in American democracy and kill every one of them until they're so sick of the killing that they leave us and our freedoms intact. Uh, be polite, be professional, but have a plan to kill everyone you meet. The most important 6 inches on the battlefield is between your ears. That's not a very good one. Um, Hang on.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing any. I'm not really hearing anything that's that bad.
Well,
Especially in a
normally you
time,
don't.
especially in like a wartime, like
If you
high
go in
stress
Afghanistan,
situation.
you've got guys who slap women around for 5 years because they didn't wear some bullshit veil. Guys like that ain't got no manhood anyway. So it's a hell of a lot of fun to shoot them. Actually, it's quite fun to shoot them. It's a hell of a hoot. It's fun to shoot some people. I'll be
This
right
guy
up there.
talks like Trump too. Holy shit.
I like brawling. I'm gonna plead with you. Don't cross us. If you do, the survivors will write about what I do here for 10,000 years. Like he's a fucking. I don't think you understand. Like my buddy is a Marine, and I didn't either because I don't know who this dude was. But like reading his quotes, like he's a legend. Like the Marines like idolize this guy as like the most badass of badass people. But anyway, yeah, Trump picked him for Secretary of Defense. But it
Well, I
sounds
mean,
like
it's fitting. I mean,
uh
I feel like Trump's gonna have his whole like cabinet be like legendary like reality stars. Like he wants his whole shit to be filled with stars. Like of course he's gonna pick the legendary Marine guy that might be a little crazy, right? It just seems
yeah,
like something he'd do.
yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, kind of. So
Like he's probably gonna pick Oprah for like some shit, some like other shit, like Secretary of Black People, Oprah.
is there that? Is that a position? Do we have that?
Probably now.
Secretary of Black People. Yeah, no, right. Yeah, he's definitely going for the star-studded approach or whatever. But like, even Sarah Palin is like, like talking shit about Trump now, and like, wasn't he gonna make her like the fucking like,
Something,
uh,
yeah, I remember that.
yeah, he's gonna make her like the fucking education secretary or some shit, or
That's
no,
really ironic if it's
environment,
wow.
environmental secretary or something, which is like, yeah, take the fucking chick who doesn't believe in global warming, make her the secretary of the environment. And that's brilliant. But then again, Trump doesn't believe in global warming either. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, dude,
But
the Republican Party just goes full retard on so much shit. It's annoying. Like I'm with them like for so long, like on so much shit, and then it's just like, no, really? God told you to invade Iraq? Fuck.
right, yeah, yep.
All right, let me pull one from the hat here. Oh yeah, I was gonna you should watch that Kingsglaive movie. It's the Final Fantasy 15 movie. It's a precursor to the game.
Okay.
It's allegedly on the Pirate Bay.
Is it an
Um,
actual movie? I remember a
yeah,
Final Fantasy movie like a
yeah,
long time ago.
yeah. It's actually pretty good. But yeah, it'll explain the. It's basically like a precursor to the game. Um, yeah, it's called Kingsglaive, so I would check that out. It's like 2 hours of fucking crazy Final Fantasy cinematic.
In
It,
movies
it,
form.
but yeah, it's actually pretty impressive looking. And there's some cool fight scenes and shit because lots of really clever usage of the warp strike shit.
In the movie?
Yeah,
Oh. Is it like animated or is it CGI?
CGI. It's very
That's
well
cool.
done.
Let's see if it's on. Let's see if it's on the Pirate Bay.
Oh, it's definitely on the Pirate Bay. I know.
Kingsglaive.
Yeah, one word.
Oh, what? How's that one word? That's
It
two
is.
things.
No, it's not.
That's two things.
No, it's not. That's what they call themselves.
Oh, Final Fantasy 15 Kingsglaive. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Let me make sure you get the. What?
Is this an actual movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is gonna give me some lore or something.
Yeah, it's gonna basically, one second, I'm trying to find the one that I heard a friend used. Kingsglaive. Yeah, it's the one with 914 seaters, 127 liters,
Okay,
3 gigs. Yeah, it's that one.
got it.
But yeah, it's the precursor to the game, and it's where, like, if you need 2 hours, if you have to, like, I don't know, watch the baby for 2 hours, it's, even if you don't care about the story, which I didn't really care about it that much, it's fun just to see the fucking ridiculousness of, like, the fight scenes and just the CGI mindfuck.
Right. Yeah, no, it's a good time. I'll watch it.
Yep. But yeah, I figured I'd tell you about that because a lot of people probably don't know about that if they just bought the game because they don't, like, allude to it at all. It's kind of stupid.
Did you hear about that movie Pirates? So like, they've made a sequel to it since then, but it was like the most expensive porn ever made when it was made.
Yeah, well, you've talked about this before.
Did I?
Yeah.
This is like a 2-hour like full-length movie with a plot. And I mean, like, the plot didn't take 2 hours. There was a lot of fucking in it that comprised a lot of the time, but it's an actual like full-length movie with like CGI like pirate ship gun battles and shit. It's fucking dumb. But yeah.
Yo, did you see this fucking this happened earlier in the week, but did you see this thing with the Ravens refusing to punt the ball? This shit's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, the mass hold.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
This shit is great. I fucking love when people like do shit like this, where it's like, you know, rule lawyering. That's what this is. This is like the textbook definition of rule lawyering, which is where you use the rules in a way to, in like a pretty shitty way, because like holding is one of the few things in football that doesn't reset the clock back. That's fucking brilliant. They did that though.
well, it's an offensive penalty.
Yeah.
Generally, the game will end on an offensive penalty. It won't generally end on a defensive one. So that's why they're technically punting.
I like how the punter is just like this smug motherfucker walking out the field too. Like you can just tell by his face, he's like, "That's funny as fuck."
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm mad because like you gotta like fight that holding shit so much that like, imagine just being like the coach being like, I just tackle the guy, just blatantly hold them. And,
there's like every flag possible was thrown. Like I'm looking at this clip right now, and like every ref is like furiously throwing up flags.
You know what I didn't realize is I didn't realize that a ref throwing his hat is a second flag. Like if he's out of flags, he throws his hat. I didn't realize that.
I didn't see him throw any hats, but goddamn, they should have. They should have fucking stripped down naked after that shit.
They threw it on. Travis Kelce got thrown out of the game because he wanted them to throw like a He wanted him.
Go ahead. Sorry, I never watched the clip where the ref explained it, like the penalty, and this video has it. Like what's the ref gonna come out and say? On the field, 10 holding penalties.
Yeah.
The result of the play is a safety. That 2 points will count, and by rule, there is no extension, so the game is over.
And,
that's it.
He got called for unsportsmanlike conduct when he thought that he should have gotten a pass interference. He didn't get it, so he got called for unsportsmanlike conduct. And he threw his towel like as the flag, like saying that the ref should have thrown a flag, so he threw it for him, like in throwing his towel.
Oh yeah.
And they threw him out of the game, so because they called an unsportsmanlike, they called 2 on him on the same play, which is pretty rare. But the dude threw his hat, and I was like, oh, I don't know what that means, and he got thrown out.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what I think about the NFL going full fucking like no like celebrating and shit like that. Who like that kind of like added to the game. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like Terrell Owens had some of the most hilarious shit. And like, why they're getting rid of that, I don't know why. Like, that shit was entertaining. Like, I remember Terrell Owens scoring a fucking touchdown and grabbing the cheerleader pom-poms and doing fucking cheers with the cheerleaders. Like, that is hilarious.
Well, not only that, but did you remember? I don't remember what time. You probably remember this. I don't know how old this was, but remember when he pulled out a Sharpie from his sock?
Yeah, that was one of his, like, he has a whole like top 10 celebrations ESPN like thing. But I think the one that ended up getting number 1 on that list was the pom-poms. Because he legit goes up to the cheerleaders, and I guess he set this up with the cheerleaders before the game, and they give him pom-poms, and he does a whole, like, cheering routine with the fucking Philadelphia Eagles cheerleaders. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. Or maybe if I did, it's been a long time.
Yeah, let me try to find it. Terrell Owens, get your popcorn ready. Oh no, the number 1 one was the autograph.
That's like his most iconic one.
Yeah, because that definitely was his most iconic one. Oh no, I guess he played in San Francisco at the time when he did the cheerleading one.
You know, he's still like trying to be like a player. Like he's still like
old as fuck.
Listed as a free agent.
Yeah, but look at that. There's the timestamp. Like, he just runs over to the cheerleaders. You give him the pom-poms, and then he just... That is fucking hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that shit would get him... He'd be fine, like, his entire game paycheck for that today.
Well, why, like, who gives a fuck if they do that?
I don't know, dude. Like, the NFL's like all gay now about celebrations. I don't know why. I guess they want like to be good role models and.
That's dumb. People watch the game to be entertained. It's a gladiator sport. Like, why the fuck are they trying to fuck it up?
You'd be like Daniel Tosh and be like, I think that they should be force-fed peds.
Yes.
Just give them.
They all fucking take them anyway. Might as well like.
Let them take whatever they want.
Yeah, dude. They all take that shit anyway. It's fucking retarded. It's like what, like LeBron James. Like when LeBron James, you remember that shit where LeBron James lost all that weight?
Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron James did this shit where he lost a whole lot of weight, and he said he did it to like get faster. No, turns out the NBA upped their drug testing, and that's why mysteriously all these players lost all this weight. Strange. Yeah, like LeBron James went from like this fucking massive, like behemoth motherfucker to this tiny little guy. Or not tiny. That's not the right word.
I don't know.
But he went from like 260. He went from like 260 to like he used to be big as fuck.
Right. Is that what happened to you? You just got off all your drugs?
Yeah, I got off of my drugs.
Oh, good.
My previous physique was not obtainable naturally.
Right.
But yeah, he used to be way bigger than he was.
He's a pretty big dude still.
Yeah. Oh, he used to just be fucking huge though. Shit. I'm looking through my topic list here. I had something else I wanted to bring up, but I can't remember. The OSU stabbing thing. There's not much to really talk about there. Religion of Peace strikes again.
Another fucking terrorist. What did they? Somebody said like, there was something about that shit. Like they were, but he was like a legal immigrant though, right? Like he went through like the fucking process. So I don't know how electing Trump would have stopped that guy. But it seems kind of dumb. Like he ran over people with a car, and then got out with a butcher knife. Like,
yeah, really look what I just linked. I think that sums it up really nicely.
What did you link? I didn't see it. Hang on.
Sweet. Not only was the Ohio State University attacker a Muslim, he was also a refugee, black, and didn't use a gun. Imagine being a liberal right now.
You know what was funny is that guy was it? It wasn't Giuliani, was it? That came out and they were like another senseless act of gun violence.
Yeah, like
No, it was
dumbasses.
it was Kane. Kane tweeted out like another senseless act of gun violence today, and they were like, what gun? Like, what are you talking
Dumb,
about?
dude. You outlaw guns, people will use whatever they've got. It's fucking retarded. Dumbasses.
It just doesn't seem like a very good strategy. And what I want to know is like,
Dude, no, running over people in a car seems like an excellent strategy.
yeah, he didn't kill anybody.
Well, that's because
Like-
he's a fucking terrible driver.
Like,
And he didn't plan it out right, dude.
like
All you gotta do, dude,
that
I don't know
sound-
why,
that sounds
like,
terrible, but like, how do you
I feel
not
like I would
kill
be
somebody?
so good at killing people. In like a I guess because the people that do this shit don't have like working brains and they don't have like discipline. But I imagine this is fucked up that I think that I've thought shit like this, but like I'd imagine if I was gonna do a school shooting, I would wait for a day where we have an assembly. Like in school, where like everybody's in this little theater, hundreds of us, and we all have our backpacks. Like, wouldn't be hard to get shit in there, and you get some explosives, and you fucking dude, imagine the fucking devastation a hand grenade would do in a situation like that. It would be unreal to have a backpack full of like hand grenades in like an auditorium assembly environment. Oh my god.
So what do you think? Why do you think that like all these like subpar killings are happening?
Because these motherfuckers, they're idiots. Like they don't know when to do it. Like if you're gonna run people over in your car, you don't just go off-roading at Ohio State University. You wait for like a fucking parade. You wait for like, where they're all lined up and ready for the pickings. Like why would you like this fucking dude? It sounds like he just ran his fucking thing up on a sidewalk. Like this dude didn't plan anything at all. What is wrong with this idiot?
Wasn't there another one? Like, what? Remember the Stevie Wonder truck that you got all the
The
shit
truck
for?
guy, yeah, he killed a lot of people. That guy actually had his shit figured out. He had you got a vehicle that had a lot of torque. Just plow through those motherfuckers.
Wow.
That's fucked up.
And it's bigger. It's bigger too.
Yeah, like he planned it out. Like that dude killed a lot of people. I don't know how many he killed. Let me look it up. Truck attack. I'm sure that'll probably bring it up. 2016 nice attack. 86 people. Yeah, that fucking dude, he planned his shit out. 86 people died to that truck. And that dude waited for the right time. He waited for like a parade where they're all lined up like fucking bowling pins.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Like, the Dylan Roof kid who was the Charleston shooter, like dismissed his defense team because he wanted to defend himself, and like his defense team was like, "We don't think he's gonna do a good enough job of convincing the jury to spare his own life." And it's like, why do you care?
Surely they don't at the end of the day.
I mean, it has to be like a one of those things where like
They have to say that.
yeah, or they just want back on it for the money or something. You know what I mean?
I guess. I don't know how those guys could even get paid. It seems like a really shitty job to have to defend people like that.
Yeah, it probably is.
Their tax dollars at work.
I don't even like that kid. Like, so obviously guilty. Like, why is that dude like on trial? Like, why are we even trialing that guy?
It's just a precedent of because
Like-
if you don't try him, then it could be a slippery slope of like, well, Dylan Roof didn't get tried. Why should this guy get tried? And then it would like eventually trickle down to be like to get to the point to where if not everybody gets like a fucking lengthy, ridiculous trial, then maybe that things get out of control and people start. They do deserve trials.
I can understand trials, but like at some point, like if you were spotted,
If the guy
doing
admits
it,
to doing it, yeah.
well, and you were like you were sitting on like the hood of your car when the police showed up with like all of your like bloodied, spent weaponry, like go in there and be like, all right, have your trial, but at the end of the trial, just execute the dude. Just like be like, oh, you're guilty, and have the bailiff walk over and just pop you in the fucking head. Like that dude is gonna sit in jail.
Bring out the dancing lobsters
for like 20 years while we like try to figure out whether or not he's gonna appeal and all that other shit. Like it seems dumb to me.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you do though? Did you see the thing with Kellogg's?
No.
Kellogg's pulled their advertising out of Breitbart, and the reason, which is not a big deal that they did that, but they gave this like public announcement saying they're pulling their advertisement from Breitbart because they say their company has like morals and shit. They're like, we don't morally believe in what Breitbart says, so we're pulling our advertising from it, which basically triggered a whole lot of like Republicans into shit talking Kellogg's and like selling their stock and like boycotting it, and their stock like tanked because of this shit. Let me look it up. It went back up some. Wait, no, that's the. Yeah, here we go. Here's the 5-day. Yeah, like check that out on the 5-day. It kind of went down. It didn't go down as much as I thought it did, but it definitely went down a good bit.
Yeah, but all that shit is like short term.
Yeah, no, it won't make a big deal, but like people were like losing their minds over it.
The thing that got crushed since Trump's got elected have been utilities. Like high dividend paying utilities have gotten hit pretty bad since he got elected. Which I mean, it won't stay like that.
Pretty much everything that I know of went up, like considerably.
Yeah, so like
I would think utilities would do well because of the whole infrastructure investing shit.
You would think, but I guess people are like, I guess what it is that people are selling their utilities because they think that like they're gonna get more gains out of like the traditionally like not as stable stuff, and and the market has won up a lot, but like yeah, man, I have Duke Energy, I have a lot of stuff in Duke, and that's just down like I don't know, maybe 10%. It's down a lot. And it still pays out like 4.5% dividend. So it's not like I'm gonna get rid of that shit anytime soon. But it definitely dropped. I was like, why the fuck is this shit dropping so much? Because like it's like good shit. But yeah, I guess it's just Trump. He's been like crazy for the economy. Like he's not even in office yet, and already the fucking like stocks are like way up and shit. I wonder if that's gonna maintain.
Yeah, no one really knows. I mean, if anyone knew, there'd be a lot of billionaires.
Right. Well, maybe too they think that, oh, we can just tell them we're going to move our jobs to Mexico and we'll get all these fucking tax breaks.
I don't think that's actually going to happen. I think a lot of that's just like so many people are so against Donald Trump that they're looking for anything to like shit on him about. So that whole carrier thing, we don't really know.
Right. Yeah.
The only thing that's going to stop anything is tariffs. If he actually does that, then yeah, some shit will actually end up changing.
Tariffs
already happened.
Oh, right. That'd probably stop it too, though.
Yeah, maybe. No. Fuck. I guess that's really all I want to talk about.
Really?
I think so, unless you have anything you want to hit up. Westworld, the final episode is tonight, isn't it? Of the season?
I think so, yeah.
Do they do them on Sundays? I don't know. I don't watch them on time. I have to wait for I have to wait for my friend to download it from the Pirate Bay, allegedly.
Right. What do you think about it?
Fuck, I can't remember what happened in the last one. I definitely watched the most recent episode. It's good. It's really good.
Well, what did happen? I know didn't he kill some more people?
Found out that he killed that.
Oh yeah, no, he killed the dude, the main dude.
Oh yeah, the fucking the suicide thing. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna actually keep him dead. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope that they don't start playing that like
bring people back to life shit.
I hope they don't start playing that timeline game, because I don't like that game. You know, where it's like,
game?
yeah, like this shit was like that. You thought that was in the current time, but that actually was in the fucking.
Oh yeah, where like you think some dramatic event happened and it turned out it was a flashback or like a dream
or the future or some shit like that.
Yeah, and the thing is that Westworld in particular can play that. Like I'm not saying they will, but they could if they wanted to, considering the robots come back to life. Like There's a good chance that fucking dude might come back to kill himself. It's not like that was like some brutal death they can't bring him back from, considering the people on the cowboy land get a lot worse.
Hey, what do you think? Do you think that dude's irritating, the Bill guy who like is in love with Dolores? You think he's irritating?
Yeah, they had to pick like the most ugly motherfucker in the world to play that shit.
Well, right. Yeah. Well, besides that, I mean, like, like, do you agree with his like Spanish-looking friend that like he's being really like stupid about a robot?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, at that point, I don't know, man. If sex robots were really good, would
the evil dude or the guy that they're considering evil has a point that he is like married and shit, right? It's kind of ridiculous that he's
going to be marrying his sister.
What?
He's going to be marrying the guy's sister.
Yeah.
Right. If they had like Westworld robots in today's day and age, and like, you're still single when you're like 50, which would probably be the case because you had a vasectomy. Do you think that would you buy one? Like if sex robots get really good,
really fucking expensive. I don't think I'm gonna be that fucking rich.
You wouldn't want to be able to just like turn your wife off whenever you want.
I don't plan on having a wife.
She'd be like, right? I know. I'm saying a fake sex robot wife.
Buy a wife so I can turn her off.
She'd be like, God damn it! You didn't fucking do the dishes, and you're like analysis.
That would be funny.
And she just like goes like straight.
That would be fucking hilarious. You should fucking do that shit to your wife whenever she's bitching. Be like analysis.
She's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I'll be like, "You're supposed to stop talking at that point and just stare straight ahead quietly." Yeah.
You got to learn you've got to learn all the catchphrases, all the little things that he says. Oh, like he's got like little sayings that like cut them off.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? Like the old guy where like the chick's getting ready to kill him and he goes like blah 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 and says some little fucking riddle. You gotta learn that shit and just start saying it to your wife and just confuse the shit out of
her. Right. Yeah. I don't think she would get it. She would probably just get irritated. That's what she does.
Well, that's why it's funny because she wouldn't get it.
Right.
And maybe she'd eventually catch on, like if she watched the show enough.
Yeah. We watch Masters of Sex too. Have you ever seen that?
No.
It's not a very.
You told me to watch it though.
It's pretty okay. Mainly the thing you watch it for is the gratuitous banging. It's not so much the actual plot of the show. But Lizzie Kaplan gets fucked a lot in this show, and I think she's really hot.
Yeah, you've talked about that before.
Yeah. She's pretty smoking.
Yep, she is pretty hot in these pictures I'm seeing right here.
So yeah, man, fucking starting school again, which is kind of AIDS. I'm not really looking forward to it, but I got like a advisor appointment next week and shit, and I gotta go, and like, it's just gonna be a lot of work.
Yeah, no, I can see why you wanted to step away from the podcast because it does kind of throw a fucking monkey wrench in your whole weekend. Well, even though it's not that long, it's like one of those things where it's like, all right, I need to be back by X amount of time.
Well, like today, for example, like she was asleep until like 3:50, and then I like plopped the baby on the bed, and I was like, hey, I gotta go to this podcast. She's like, okay, and she gets up, and she's got like the baby's like going ape shit and stuff because like she works, so like it's just kind of like, even though like you said, like even though it's not long, plus I'm just trying to do like less fucking computer shit. I didn't even play that much WoW that was last week. Of course WoW now is kind of in like that mode where it's just
it's gotten to that point now where it's like
for me, yeah, like
damn, it took a while for Legion to get to that point though for a lot of people, I think. Which is kind of saying the expansion is probably better than the last one.
Well, I mean, I'm still playing it. I just don't. My thing is like, I don't want to level again. Like, I got to do the rest of my classes, and I'll do them at some point. But like, I've got so many max level alts now, and I've done the content, like, and it's pretty much in its entirety. And I think a lot of the people that are griping about, I think when they look back at Legion, I think one of the things that, like, I think artifact power in general ties the game together in that like it gives you like no matter what you do, you're progressing your power in like a even kind of cool way. But the problem is that because there's not a cap on it, you pretty much
You're like a slave to it.
right, and like so that combined with this legendary system, which we've talked about before, but the fact that like there exists a chance for you to get legendaries makes doing things like emissaries uh mandatory,
Yep.
right? And like I don't want to do emissaries anymore. Like I would not do them if not for the fact that I could get a legendary out of it, which is just awful. So hopefully going forward they keep the artifact power system in like the new expansion or whatever, but they put a hard cap on it that's tied to your knowledge.
That's what I'm looking. That's one of the things I like about Crowfall is that they're doing the time based progression. So there's no like feeling.
Well, they have
bad.
that for knowledge, right? Like they have that time for knowledge.
Well, I mean, no, in Crowfall, like you literally train your skills, and you can't get them any faster or slower than anybody else. You just pick what you want.
Right. I think that if all they had to do was like say your artifact knowledge level 9, right? And they know that that means that you should be on about X number of traits because the system is designed so that you can't really progress faster than your knowledge level. Like if you super grind it out,
Yeah, it's
you can get a couple more like traits maybe, but it's not. So they know about where you should be. So if they just capped your talents there, and it was like conquest points used to be, where like every subsequent week, like you could be a little higher or whatever, like there would be an end in sight, and you wouldn't have these like mythic guilds that are like thinking they have to like grind that shit for days. So I think that would be better. So hopefully they do that, and then like the whole compendium thing. Did you see that shit about like the artifact knowledge compendium where it's like if your artifact knowledge level like 20, you can basically buy the first 15 levels for your alt.
Oh wow, no. Do you mind if I go AFK for like 30 seconds? I'll be right back. Sorry.
You take a
I'll
shit?
be right back.
What is he doing? I wonder what he's doing. We're probably gonna hear it because his apartment's really small. I bet he has to pee. Yeah, he's definitely got to pee. Does he have to pee? I don't know. It's kind of weird to be on a thing and then him be like, leave, and then I have to like talk about stuff. So I mean, I guess what I could do really is just ask everybody questions like how are you guys doing? Which is kind of weird because you can't answer. So like, there's really no point. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I do wonder what he's doing. Because if he's like just AFKing, he either shit his pants or he had to pee. No, he definitely had to pee. Yep, that's what it was.
Alright, I'm back. I'll edit out that blank dead space. Sorry
There
about
wasn't
that.
blank space. I asked questions of everybody.
Oh,
and
really?
had a conversation. What the fuck did you do?
I had to piss so fucking bad. It was killing me.
Really?
Yeah, you go on about the legendary compendium giving things
How long
your
have you
ults.
had to pee, but like you didn't?
Probably half an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal.
That was like a voracious piss. Dude,
Surprised
go ahead.
could hear it. Because usually your apartment is
Well, the
oven
door,
size.
my bathroom door, like basically automatically shuts. It's got like it's heavy, so it just does that. But yeah, dude.
Yeah, you can buy artifact knowledge levels in 715.
Do you buy them with gold?
No, with resources. So like for 1,000
makes sense.
resources, you can buy like 15 levels for your alt. So you still have to like go get the artifact power. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you're gonna get traits, but you'll just get them a lot faster if you do one dungeon.
That's the catch-up mechanic they were talking about, I guess.
But if you can do that, then why isn't artifact knowledge just account wide? Because I mean, like,
Because they want people to have something to do. They want the
but-
time sink.
yeah, but if you can just go buy basically all the levels for your alt, then why not just have account wide artifact knowledge? Because it's not an extra time sink. It's not even all it is like an extra 1,000 resources. You know what I mean? Which is pretty inconsequential. So I just think it's dumb. I think it's them realizing that.
I guess they want people to go and do the quests maybe on their alts. They want people to actually have to go and do the.
Again, you still have to because you're not getting artifact power. You're only getting the knowledge. So
yeah, but if it was all account wide, then you would never have to do the quests on your other alts.
What quests? What are you talking about?
The world quest to get the artifact power.
No. Knowledge and power are two different things.
No, I know that, but you're saying make.
I'm saying make knowledge account wide.
Oh! I thought you were talking about make everything account wide. Just okay.
No.
Now I see what you're saying. Just the knowledge.
Because I think what they've actually done is made knowledge basically account wide by this. You know what I mean? Without admitting that that's what they're doing.
Yeah, no, they've essentially done that. Yeah.
So
if it's only 1,000 resources, that is really inconsequential, and they basically just said, "Oh, we fucked up with this."
Yeah. So hopefully, like going forward, that like I hope they keep the artifact power concept, but I hope they like iterate on it so that it's not as grindy in the next thing. And also they change this legendary model so that you don't feel like, because world quests are really cool, and they're really rewarding on their own, but the fact that they give legendaries makes it where you're like, oh, I gotta do fucking, I gotta do my goddamn emissary because I could get a legendary out of it, which kind of sucks. So hopefully they fix that shit going forward.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
So I've got a fun story. There was a Christmas party for our work last night, and I actually ate so much food that I threw up a little bit last night.
What?
I'm curious on the scale of 1 to 10 of eating disorders, how fucking bad that is.
I don't know.
I
You
ate
must have a pretty weak
so
stomach.
much food and I didn't throw up like immediately, but like I ate so much shit, and I came home, and I was really full, and I was like, oh shit, I'm kind of like uncomfortably full. I think I'm just gonna lay down and go to sleep. And my stomach hurt, not like, how most of the times when you get like a stomach ache, it's because you've got like something isn't sitting right, or it's like some sort of like weird osmosis shit going on in your stomach where like it's churning. I didn't have that at all. Mine was like legitimately the pressure of the food was hurting my stomach. And I did like a fucking David Blaine magic trick and only managed to throw up macaroni and cheese.
Really?
Yeah. I was pretty impressed. So I ate all this shit. I ate like fucking fried, like this is like, the place that did it is called Country Kitchen, and it's fucking delicious. It's like the most fattening, amazing food ever. They had like fried chicken, ham, gravy, biscuits, it's just incredible. Everything was delicious. And they had mac and cheese, which I ate a good bit of. But when I threw up, I only managed to throw up mac and cheese. So
was it
like a
could
David
it
Blaine
be just could it just be like a fucking could it just be like a you actually threw up all the shit, but it was just the color of mac and cheese?
No. The reason I know is because my fucking stomach actually sticks out a lot if I eat a lot of food. Because my stomach is pretty flat now, unless I eat a lot, and then it actually sticks out like I'm a fucking pregnant woman. And it was kind of gross because when what? Go ahead.
Or you're like an Ethiopian.
No, it really does look like that, dude. It sticks out considerably because I can eat a fucking shitload of food. I ate many pounds of food.
You ever heard that joke where like if you like grab the skin over your Adam's apple and pull it out really far, so it's kind of like sticking out?
Yep.
Do you know what that is? An Ethiopian that swallowed a grain of rice.
But yeah, dude, my stomach actually did that, and it was kind of gross and funny at the same time. But when I looked at my stomach before I threw up, and then I looked at it after I threw up, and it was like considerably smaller, and like it was one of those like glorious throw ups where you feel instant relief. You know that when you're sick, like when you're sick and you throw up and you feel like shit, and then you throw up and you immediately feel amazing afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that. Like I felt so good after that. So I don't know if it was just like that little bit of extra mac and cheese fucked me up, but all it was water and macaroni and cheese.
Nice. I think I've only actually puked maybe a half dozen times in my entire life. Like I never.
Half dozen, 6 times?
Yeah, probably. Seriously, like I never puke ever.
Dude, I always feel really good after I get done puking. Whenever I have to puke, whenever I've got that feeling, whenever I've got like a stomach ache and I think I can puke, I always take the opportunity. That sounds really bad out of context. Anytime I think I can puke, I always go for it. Eugenia Cooney, 2016.
How do you know, like, how do you make, I can't make myself puke either. Like, I'm gonna just have a really horrible puke reflex because I can't, like, I never puke. Like, the shit could just sit.
I struggled a little bit last night trying to get it going. But essentially you just, like, breathe out, like, as hard as you possibly can. Like, in almost, like, a violent way. Like, you know, you breathe, like, imagine, like, trying to breathe out as hard and fast as you can.
You can just
and you're, like, pushing from the inside of your stomach.
You can just put your dildo in your throat. That goes down pretty far.
What I do is I put it in my ass, and then I just push.
Oh, okay, good. Just push it until it comes out? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured I'd share that. I figured you'd want to know about my puking.
Oh, nice. Make sure whoever you get to do this fucking podcast, they have good stories.
Yeah, I don't even know who I get.
I don't know, but don't get somebody who sucks. Or your viewers are going to get mad.
Yeah, I definitely want to have you on as a guest whenever you're not busy, though. Just to see what's going on.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think I'll probably rock it solo for a bit and kind of see how that goes and test the waters, because people did like the solo ones. But they'll be considerably shorter, and I always do like kind of having somebody to go off of.
Right.
But I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll figure it out.
I think I've expended all my stories. All your listeners think that you're boring now.
Yeah, maybe.
I think I have like actually legitimately told like all my good stories.
Yeah, I don't
know. No, I'm sure I have. I'm sure I've done AIDSy things that I just can't think about or don't want to talk about or can't talk about anymore. But yeah, man, I don't know. Just not looking forward to school again. It's been fucking too long.
Yeah, I can see why that you want as much free time as you can, because I never have done the work and school at the same time, but I've always dreaded the idea of ever doing that.
Yeah.
Work, school, and baby. Fun life.
That's it, dude. That's it.
All right, man. Well, that's all I've really got. You got anything else, or you wanna wrap it up there?
I'm good.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed Hive Mind number 55. Thanks to Dopamean for being on a whole bunch of shows, and hopefully I can get him on again at some point whenever he's free for a guest show. And I'm not really sure where or what I'm gonna do next week, but I'll figure it out, and I'll see you guys again next week. Have a good one.
Later.